Day 7. How we doing, mate? How are we doing? How are we doing? Me? Thanks for asking. I'm doing well. Um, I'm feeling better today, man. It's been a decent day. We've had some good sales, man. We got some good sales. Got a few people that come over the line, and a few of the things that we're working on in the pipeline. So it's been nice. It's such an annoying business sometimes. If you ask me, you didn't ask me, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Why? Because you can go, you could literally go like 3 weeks, sometimes 4 weeks without seeing a single new penny, and within the span of like 3 days, you can make 10K. Do you know how annoying that shit is? Proper annoying. It's just, I'm not gonna say you're on edge all the time, but like you expect the worst all fucking month long. Why? Because you're not seeing it, and then you get a lump of money and everything's kind of okay. It's something that I'll sort out in future. I know that it's just a matter of me improving my skills as an entrepreneur, and it'll get a bit more consistent. But I can imagine there's always going to be cycles. With what we sell a lot of the time, there's definitely going to be cycles just because there's a end date. And for instance, we've got a cohort that starts on Monday. So naturally it's going to be a matter where people realize that opportunity is running out. And yeah. It's also something that I noticed is like we used to sell things at the end of the month and we would have the same problem, so it's quite consistent. But I digress. It's been a good day. I think we have made 2,800 around there. And I reckon in the next few days I should make another 5,600 roughly. No, I'm capping. I'm lying. Make around 6,000 in the next few days. So yeah, things are getting a little bit better. But at the same time, as I've mentioned in previous episodes, my money's spent for. So no matter what number comes in at the moment, like it's just going straight back out, and it's frustrating. But what can I do? What can I do at the end of the day? I can only sell more, and I'm working on it, but for now it is just what it is. And it's nice though because we're still providing top tier value, and people are still landing opportunities. As mentioned, people are still getting jobs, so that's good. What else did I do today? I helped out one of my grads that's been going through a few things, but yeah, I've helped out a few people, man. I've helped out a few people. I'm not even gonna get into it. People are good. Our people good over here. Even when they're not good, they're still good because they've got a community that loves them, and they got me, man. I'm alright. I'm alright. Like I said yesterday, I'm striving for greatness, man. Striving for greatness. But hey, what did I want to talk about today? What do I want to talk about? I made a tweet earlier on, right? So, I mentioned in the first video I lost 200K this year. Oh, I've lost a lot more than just 200. Oh, God. I've lost so to give you the backstory, all of our company sessions, like every time we teach them, it's recorded in Zoom. Anytime we hosted a talk, recorded in Zoom. Literally everything we did that had a video was recorded through this frigging software called Zoom. It was always great until it wasn't. What ended up happening in with our whole situation is we use Zoom for recordings and we use their cloud storage as pretty much anybody else would, because storing on your desktop takes a lot of space. Now, we ended up in a situation where we had an overage. So what do I mean by an overage if you're not familiar with these weird words in tech? Essentially, we had a certain amount of storage that's allocated to us, but Zoom allowed us to record over that and pretty much exceed what our storage limit was. This then put us in a really awkward position where they must have allowed it to happen for some months. And then one day they've just hit us out of the blue and said, you've got to pay like 4 grand. Bearing in mind, at the time that they hit us with this bill, the business was doing absolutely dog shit. Real dog shit. I couldn't have just pulled out 4 grand because I didn't have 4 grand. It just wasn't going to work like that. So yeah, that happened, and they must have been calling me for like 2 months. If you know me, like, I only deal with what's on my plate as it's on my plate. There's a reason why this friggin' parket ticket has been on my desk for a week unopened. I don't want more. Like, there's only so many things I can deal with in a day before it gets to a point where it's just overwhelming. Like, I don't need to deal with that right now. I'll deal with it in a few days. So yeah, you get the gist, whatever I said, gist. They called me for a bit and then they just stopped. And then one day I realized, oh, you know what? I've got some more money coming in now. It's a bit more predictable. So I called them up. I speak to the person on the phone, and they're like, Mr. Allen, don't worry. Don't you worry. We can sort this out. And I went, great. If you can, please sort out a payment plan. Like, I will happily pay you because my business relies on the fact that you lot have my storage. And I need that storage. So please just do what you can. Why the hell did I trust in this dude, man? I kicked myself. I trusted in this guy. He's explicitly said this. Bearing in mind, all of their calls are recorded. So this is on recording that he said, I will sort it out. And you know what? I'm going to call you back. And no, it was a woman the first time. Sorry. It was a woman, I believe. Anyway, they said they're going to call me back. Did they? Fuck. They did not call me back. This shit went on for like 4 months. 3 or 4 months, right? They didn't call me back. I kept calling them every now and then. And then it's only been recently that I spoke to them and said, look, what's happened? Where is my account? Where's my storage? You've locked me out my account. And then they said, oh yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about paying the overage on a payment plan. We've just, like, the balance is cleared. I went, what? What's going on? What's actually happened? And they basically went, oh yeah, don't worry. Like, everything's been deleted. Honestly, there's a reason why there's a wine glass here. Oh, shit. There's a reason there's an empty wine glass. Because if I don't drink a lot of wine, I've got to do other things to ease my mind. But regardless, I am going through it. I am going through some absolute dog shit. They've deleted my storage. I explicitly told them I'd pay. And they actually agreed to the fact that I'd pay on this plan. They never got in touch with me, and I kept getting in touch with them. They never once rectified it. And they, at the end of all of this, we've gone, oh my gosh. Let me go back. Every day, I might message them, or I would message them, and then it would take them 8 days to message me back via email. And then they'll pass me about department to department to department to department till I get sick of it, and then I'll call up. I'm speaking to these people at 3 a.m. on the phone, and it takes like 40 minutes to get through to people. So it takes 40 minutes, and then you're on the phone for another 40 minutes trying to solve problems. And then while you're on the phone to them, they ask you to pay for something. And when you pay for something, you're just getting fleeced, because at the end of the day, they've still deleted your shit and they won't get it back. So I've gone through this. I've gone through this fucking mess with these people, right? And at the end of the day, it's just like, why would you lie to me? Why would you do all of this? Why would you sell me the dream, lie to me, delete my shit? I call you back for my shit. I'm trying to be so cordial right now. But I'm on the phone with them pleading, like genuinely like pleading. Like every time they email me, I explain, look, my company really relies on this. If you delete this, I'm out of pocket. There is so much riding on this storage. I'm like, can you get the backup? Is there anything you can do? Do you have any backup storage? Like, please, if you've got anything, help me out here. Oh, mate. I get to the final boss, it feels. And they're like, well, sorry, you waited too late. And it's like, what do you mean I waited too late? I was on the phone to you before the deadline. Before the 3 months that you apparently have, that's your grace period before you delete all my content. I was on the phone to you. Someone promised me. They never contacted me. I contacted you again. They would have just left it. So the incompetence of your colleagues, your staff, whoever the fuck it was, they allowed all of this shit to happen to me. It's friggin' draining. Do you want to know why this is so frustrating? Because in terms of raw value, the content that was recorded, if we calculate how much it's actually worth, it's worth around £1 million, just over £1 million. And that's not what we can do with it on top of what we've generated. This is £1 million friggin' pounds, right? Do you know what it's like to lose a fucking £1 million? It's jarring. It's proper jarring. Because at the end of the day, this is collateral for marketing. This is collateral for HR. This is collateral for just the whole student experience, the service we provide. 3 years. 3 years and what? I hazard a guess. I hazard a guess. It's around. I can do the rough math on this. If a cohort is 12 sessions, 24, we do 10 of those. That's 240. We've lost about 1,000 hours worth of footage. 1,000 hours just of teaching footage. Not even the footage of anything else. Just raw teaching footage. Zoom has fucking lost my footage. I can't stress to you. All I've got to do is laugh. That's all I can do. Why? Because at the end of the day, let's play it out, right? I try and go to some solicitor. My small ass business means nothing to multiple $1 billion generating Zoom. They will put me through the blender. The friggin' blender. They'll put me through a world of pain to even try and capitalize. When I told the woman what the loss was and why I expect to be refunded, she just laughed. She basically laughed at me and she went, yeah, no chance. She went, yeah, this is all your fault, no chance. It's like, what? She went, if you paid your fee. I went, I couldn't do it. But you lot knew that, and I worked something out with you, or at least I believed I was, and I was under some guise because your colleague explicitly said this was fine and they will see to it. Why make promises you can't keep? Why set me up in such a way where I put my faith in your company to be able to house what we can, what we provide? Yeah, some smart ass is gonna say, yeah, but why didn't you just download everything? It's like, we're filming over 9 hours worth of footage each week, and they're not being filmed via myself. A lot of these people are filming directly to the cloud, or recording directly to the cloud. Even if we wanted them to upload all of this, it worked 3 fucking years. It just suddenly stopped all of a sudden. I can't emphasize how annoyed. Well, I can, but I don't really lose my cool that often, and it takes a lot for me. But I'm honestly lost for words, man, because every day that I have a tough day, I remember I lost over £1 million worth of footage. It just makes my day worse. For instance, I lost a family member. I lost my family member this week. I lost another very, very close family member, or family friend. But where I'm from, that's just family. 2 months ago? One of my very good friends' mums, and an auntie to me. Earlier on this year, I lost my gran. My second gran. Throughout all of these periods as well, I've not really grieved. I've not really did much. I don't know about grieving these days, man. I don't get how it works anymore. But I know that I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated with the fact that life is what it is and how it works, and you stay, you experience it, and you go, sort of thing. And then on top of that, I'm getting palmed in week by week with work. There's just something always going on, and it's frustrating when it comes to this stuff. I don't want sympathy, please. If you're seeing this, don't think I want sympathy. I really couldn't give a shit. I don't want sympathy. I just want my footage back. Honestly, I just want my footage back. But no, for real. I know that footage isn't coming back, and the people I love, they've experienced their fair share of what this life has to bring. So I make peace with it. But it doesn't mean that the pain hurts any less and it's not any more valid or valuable. It's just a calamitous scenario that I'm faced with. One of many. So in total, what we can actually calculate this year, we probably lost 1.3 million. It's not 200k, it's 1.3 million now. Because Zoom have basically given me the middle finger and told me there's no chance I'm getting that storage. So if you want to do me a favor, just be... Oh, shit. I don't even know what anyone can do for me. No one can do anything for me. I don't have Bill Gates as an uncle. I don't have Elon as an uncle. So chances are, Zoom's just done me over. And that's just the life. That's the life that I'm living, man. I told you. These are just some fractional L's right now. I've had so many more losses, not necessarily monetary losses. Money comes into it too, but I've had so many more losses this year that I can't lie to you. I don't know what it takes to send me over the edge at this point, because I've seen a lot of shit. For what little I have in this world, possession-wise or accomplishments, it's like everything I've done has been undone, all within like a year and a half. Mainly this year, though. Yeah, man, it's so awkward sometimes, because even there's even some situations, right, that we've had as a company. I told you so. I'm gonna tell you about this at some point. But there's been some situations that we've had as a company. And I've always put my best foot forward for the team, the people. Whether you agreed with it or not, like, I've always done what I thought was best and what I thought was going to benefit us as a group long term. Whether you are part of the group that once worked with me and alongside me and you're watching this, if you like me, amazing. If you don't, so be it. But I've always done what I thought was right by the people and right for whatever we were progressing for as a company. That being said, I am not without fault. There has been one scenario where I think something went a little left and that person truly didn't deserve it. They truly didn't deserve it. And the part that pains me was I was so far away from the situation and away from what was going on within the company at the time. I wasn't present. Even if I was present, I wasn't mentally present because I was dealing with so much at the time. But yeah, I'm very sorry that this person, whatever happened with them, it happened that way. This person used to work for us in marketing. Real OG member of Love Circular. Outside of them, everyone else that felt like they were done over, fuck them. Because I'll tell you now, there are some treacherous people in this world who will take advantage of your situation and your kindness, and they will absolutely take you to the cleaners. And when they're finished with you, you can mean the best, and you can bend over backwards and try and help these people. But at the end of the day, you'll find yourself in positions where the good that you're doing is falling on the shoulders of people that couldn't give two fucks about you, and they're just waiting for you to have a moment like this. They're waiting for you to feel upset. They're waiting for you to go through some shit so they can feel great about themselves. And I'm so thankful that that's the level of pleasure they get from their life, because at the end of the day, that's a sad existence if you ask me. But there are these types of people, and in one of these scenarios, I'm airing the clip. I'm not going to mention the names, but I'm airing some clips, right? One of these scenarios, what's even worse about this whole situation, just part the L's. I'll probably just air the clip one day and explain this. But yeah, man. In one of these scenarios, like this person really did some damage to the company. And I forgive him because A, it's not gonna benefit me to hold on to it. But it does break me a little bit because of what they did, and it was sinister. They essentially tried to run a coup within the inside. They tried to get people. They got some people fired or let go of. I can't say fired. They got people let go. Granted, in those scenarios, like the people who got let go, they were underperforming. So that was that. You can't save someone who's underperforming after you put in a lot of measures to try and rectify their underperformance. But on the other side of it, these are people that have said one thing, presented themselves as this thing, and they just wait for an opportunity to throw you under the bus to the same people that you're also helping and also trying to do right by. But because they've got in those people's ear, it may look like you are. It looks like I'm the bad guy. Oh, I'm the bad guy. But at the end of the day, I've never done anything. I've never done anything sinister to the staff or the people that we worked with. So when they say this, it's like, man, what is going on with you, man? The worst part about all of this is there's been instances where I've spoken to people really close to me, right, after this event, people that have heard of said person, and they've told me, I wish you told me that you were going to hire this person because I could have given you a character reference from everything I know about them, and I would have told you to steer clear. Man, you hear this after you lose a load of money and lose a load of your reputation and have them damage your image in front of the people that you also work alongside and you care for and you try to provide every single day. The people that you put yourself on the line for, oh man, yo, you just feel like you've lost. Like I already said earlier this year, I sold my Rolex. Like I sold my Rolex to pay these people. So before this person or whoever, may look in this direction thinks that I'm the big bad wolf. Oh man, like I've really gone out of my way to try and protect people. Why? It's probably a flaw, and if I look far enough, it's a flaw probably deeply rooted in um, abandonment problems that I've spoken to my therapist about, and we're all good, thankfully. But like that's the honest answer. It's something that is my weak spot, but also a strength of mine, and I will never ever stop giving. I'll never stop giving. I don't know why, but it's something that I guess I've seen too much of, and I feel like somebody always needs help, and I'm happy to be that person if it means that somebody else that truly is going to appreciate that gets it. Life's too short to not be the good in someone's life, and I'm happy to play that role, even if this is what it costs me sometimes. This is day 7 of $0 to $100,000 a month, and my name's Zaire. I'm trying to fight mediocrity. I'm trying to fight. I'm trying to fight Zoom. I'm also trying to fight a few other things at the same time, but I'm really thankful that you lot believe in what we do and have taken the time to even just listen to me. Like, it truly means something. I know this episode in itself might make me sound a little crazy or make me look a little crazy, but if I'm honest, I'm not any of those things. I'm just a man who's just lost a lot in 1 year, and I'm very, very tired. I'm very sick of it. I'm very tired. And every day I put a brave face on to deliver. I put a brave face on because I know other people count on me. I'm not a parent. I mean, like a parent of a human. I've got a little dog who's preciously sleeping over there. But yeah, I'm not a parent to anyone outside of like being a dog dad. But every day I put a brave face on because if I don't turn up, a lot of people go without support. They go without help. They go without somebody that cares for them and cares for their future plans of trying to achieve greatness or achieve just way more than where they're currently at. And I do that. And I will continue doing that for as long as I can. And I will build systems and a company around that sort of culture. And that's what I want to do. So yeah. Thanks for listening to me. If you didn't listen to me, it's fine as well. But if you stayed here till the end, appreciate it. And I hope we can one day have a conversation, whether it be a live call, whether it be the comments. But I digress, and yeah, I'm just a man that's trying something, man. I just want to be great. Take it easy, yeah. Peace. I hope this recorded. It would be tragic if it didn't.